I wanted to hop on video just for a couple of minutes to tell you to be careful if you are a creator or know any content creators in this space. Because look, we all know about scam emails. Trust me, I know about scam emails. The amount of scam sponsorships I get are crazy. But I received a very real looking one that I almost fell for. So I want to first show you what's in the spam section of my business email, because some of these scammers really don't even try, and let me show you an example. We've got this one, which is apparently from Duolingo, you know, great popular app, and it says, "Hi, Jessicur business." Dude, come on. My name is Roger Chapman and I represent Duolingo, a leading language learning app, blah 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 blah. You see, it sounds semi-legit if he actually got the name right. But the immediate first thing to look out for is the email, because you can see that this isn't sent from a legit sponsor, but rather from y.busma@sfr.fr. And that immediately says that this isn't real, because if it is a real sponsorship, it'll come from likely name@legitwebsite.com. And that is why I almost fell for this new one. So I got this email a couple of days ago, about 6 days ago at the time of recording, and it is from Daniel@rainwayapp.com. Now that immediately stood out to me because that looks like a very legit email. But the more you scroll, the more you realize just how not it is. So immediately it's got a little company header and it says, "Hello Jessicur." That's a good start. That is my YouTube name. "I'm reaching out from Rainway, a cloud gaming platform that lets users play their full PC library from virtually any device." This stood out to me because, hey, I love gaming. I really love gaming, especially my stupid little spreadsheet simulator in Football Manager. So yes, I will happily take your sponsor. So it said, "We'd love to discuss a paid collaboration." Great. I like money. And they even gave an address. So he signed off as Daniel Delgado, Rainway, 2505 3rd Avenue 324, Seattle, Washington. So let's do a quick Google of his name. Now, you'll notice that nothing really pops up, and that isn't good. Because if this was a legit guy working for a platform that is apparently really well known, then you would expect a LinkedIn to pop up, for example. Because if I search up anyone else from any other legit company that I've actually worked with sponsor-wise, I would find their LinkedIn. So I reply back telling him my rate for a 60 to 90 second integration, saying he can choose, and I say that there's also a disclosure at the start of the video, top line in the description, pinned comment, and Instagram story mention. So then he hits back just today, which is what made me make this video, because it went from looking semi-legit to not at all. So it starts off with, "Good to connect with you again, creator Jessicur." That's just not how humans talk. At this point, I've signed off giving them my actual name. Surely they would address me with my actual name. So apparently, I needed to... In fact, let me just show you, first of all, what they were offering to pay me. So for a pre-roll or mid-roll integration, 40 to 90 seconds, they were going to offer me 1,300 euros. Now, this is immediately a red flag because I gave them my rate. And no brand is going to give you a higher rate than what you offer. If you're going to advertise them for less money, of course they're going to take that. After that, they've got a section saying what you need to do to start the collaboration. So they say that you can find their website prominently listed on major search engines like Google and Bing by searching for Rainway, Rainway app, Rainway gaming, Rainway streaming. Now this is kind of to add that sense of legitness, because if we do search them right enough, we come to many results, including, first of all, their website. And this is a website that was associated with the email, rainwayapp.com. So let's click on it. And unlike a lot of these other websites, you'll notice that it looks legit. They even offer you to sign up for Rainway updates. It's a very well made website. They even include photos of the alleged app. But another red flag, if we go to Rainway support, we can see that when asked how to contact Rainway for privacy or data requests, you can contact the person listed on their privacy policy. And that is Daniel@rainwayapp.com. Now look, no matter how small of a company you are, I am almost 100% certain that you're not going to have the same press officer that you do privacy and data person. That's just too much work to put on one person, especially if you're claiming to be as big as this person claims, and if you apparently have the finances to pay a creator 1,300 euros. And another red flag is also that at the bottom of the website where it says where to find us, they have a completely different address than the one listed on the email. So when you search the one listed on their website, of course it brings you to nothing, but when you search the address that is listed at the bottom of the email, it actually brings you to Rainway's LinkedIn. And that's because there's a whole other level to this scam, because Rainway does exist, but it shut down years ago. So they're basically taking a defunct company, knowing that if they make a fake website with a semi-legit looking URL, no one, absolutely no one legally is probably going to take them up on it. And of course it makes it look more legit when the address at the bottom of the email then brings you to Rainway on LinkedIn with 770 followers. But by leading people to their LinkedIn, they're basically leading people to figure out that this is a scam, because on the LinkedIn they have their URL and it clearly says rainway.com. And in fact, just to prove they're shut down, if you go to the URL, it's now a URL that doesn't lead anywhere. It now leads to people who incubate and develop technologies in Tokyo. And this is how he wanted me to go about this collaboration. So we need to visit the Rainway platform website and install the app. Immediate red flag, because no company, basically no company is going to ask you to download an app. You have to enter the partner access code in the input window. Once you've registered on Rainway, please complete your profile. Then you have to send a screenshot of the filled partners tab with a reply message. And they say that after you're part of Rainway, you can then discuss contract and payment details. And yeah, that's not how a brand would go about a brand deal. Never in my life have I had a sponsor where I needed to do things before I actually signed the contract. Of course, they're going to want you on a legally binding contract first and foremost. But of course this company doesn't want to do it because it is a scam. And to prove it beyond any doubt, if I hadn't convinced you already, they have a spelling mistake in the bottom of their email. He says Daniel Delgado, marketing senior stuff rather than staff. They've even attached some files. So in the contract, they say that the content creator is your full name, which if this was a real contract, then they would have changed the name of the creator. And look, they haven't even bothered to change the start date. I know that says it's a sample, but come on. If it's a sample, why wouldn't you just send over the full contract? It says payment should be made within 2 days as well. That's a really good deal if true. Obviously it's not true, but you know, most payments from brands are made within 28 days, not 2. They've even included voice messages from other creators. Or apparently they haven't, because the voice message just doesn't want to work. But they have also attached a demo video.
You got it installed. One of the slickest things about this video sponsor Rainway comes in. The service that I had been using, I actually reached out to them to sponsor a video. It includes all the games that you could.
This is absolutely incredible. There's so many discrepancies. First of all, no half-decent brand would have their music pumped up 10 times more than the voiceover audio they're trying to let you hear. Second of all, if we go to this part where they're downloading the app on their screen, first of all, that download screen just looks utter bullshit. And second of all, it's a different URL. And the URL is it's a URL that's already been exposed by many other YouTubers, rainway.app, and they've now changed it to rainwayapp.com to make it seem more legit, but we can see that they haven't even bothered updating their video. So yeah, I'll shut them down right now beyond any doubt. Reply to email, fuck off, you scamming bastard. And hold on. So apparently now I have to send a reply to Bianca, even though all my correspondence have been with Daniel. There we go. Great response, Bianca. Fuck off, you scamming bastard. And you know what? Better safe than sorry, and block. So that's how easily creators can get scammed. And hey, I wanted to warn all of you about it, whether you're a viewer or a creator, because this is how easily it can be to lose your YouTube channel that you've spent many hours working on. But hey, this is also going to be the first upload on my second channel, More Jessicur. Look, if you're one of my OG subscribers who've been here since this channel was It's Jessicur and since I was on streams, yes, I have a main channel. We just had 25,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much for that. And I'm going to start uploading just a bit of random content on this channel. So make sure you subscribe. I'm also gonna do this new collaboration thing that YouTube have introduced, so it should show up to viewers of my main channel as well. So if you're coming over from that, make sure you sub to this channel, because I'm gonna be uploading more content, probably more light-hearted content than my main channel. And if you did make it this far, let me also tell you about my next documentary, which is going to be the next video on the Jessicur channel, and it's going to be on the disturbing world of VR chat. I'll include a link in the description. If you see this today when it's uploaded, you can submit any leads or information in that Google form, and you can also give me your contact details if you would like to speak to me or maybe show me around VR chat. So make sure to do that, and in the contact information, if you did submit a first part about information or leads, make sure to include a little extract of what you included in the first part, because I didn't realise with how I set up the Google form, I can't actually relate answers to each other, so maybe include the first few words of your response. But hey, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon on the main channel, but for now, I hope you have a great day or night, and I will see you in the next one.